What's going on, everybody? Kenny Springs back with another video. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and let's get forward to the video. Today's video is going to be on beginner mistakes to avoid as a brand new real estate investor. It's very exciting getting into real estate. You don't know really which way to go. You're watching all these YouTube videos. You're kind of trying to find your way. So I wanted to help drop some knowledge on how you can make your best first steps without falling into some of the easy mistakes to make that you should be cautious of and also avoid if necessary to your situation. First one, I gotta be honest with you, paralysis by analysis. You'll be watching so much material that you actually get overwhelmed and you never take action. The stuff that you can see within real estate as these avenues and what people are portraying, obviously as some sort of fashion, can be perceived with finesse, where they are faking it. But at the same time, majority of investors that I'm gonna share with you guys that I follow and whatnot and definitely look up to are gurus. They are doing their business. They're not gurus selling their knowledge on the business. They're gurus. So I hopefully can help you understand and hope to help you understand that these mistakes are easy to fall into. But with paralysis by analysis, definitely get your research, but don't overwhelm yourself to the point where you never take action. Eventually, you'll have to make some sort of move within the real estate. If you're still cautious, there's other ways that you can still get involved to get better research that involves you to take action. The first one's going to be seminars. Seminars are pretty much those big conferences. They have a speaker or two that stands up in front of a big, large group of people. They'll promote themselves through the YouTube ads or in the radio saying, hey, if you want to learn how to make more money, if you want to learn how to grow in real estate, come to this seminar. It's in this city, this time, this day, at this location. It's usually free. You get there, they talk you up, they got you hyped. They'll say something emotional, have you crying. You'll be all over the place. At the end of it, they'll offer you something that promotes their business or service or product that costs pretty much a hefty price. If you're in the realm of spending $30,000, $40,000 on those seminars to get their information, go for it. But usually they upsell you something to eventually get you to go to the next level. They wet your beak to give you tips and niblets of that specific niche within that industry of the seminar they're trying to teach you, and they'll upsell you again. So you'll eventually end up paying so much towards their retirement fund that you never really get the opportunity to learn what you originally thought you were investing in. So be cautious and be very careful of the seminars, because on the unethical side, people will charge a lot of money for that. On the more ethical side, some people charge nothing just to teach you the same stuff that those more expensive guys are barely teaching you. And within my future comings of real estate, I look to be able to, release a lot of free information and actually bring us together. The next one's going to be courses. It's the same thing. You got courses that people sell that are, top dollar. And, you kind of do get what you pay for because they are releasing a lot of good information. But if I can give you the same information for free that they charge for $10,000 for, the only difference is that person may have done a couple more deals than me, or have scaled up their business to a point where they can charge so much. But at the same time, the information is still very, very much the same along a lot of levels of marketing and certain things depending on what industry it is. But within real estate, just be cautious of the courses because you do get what you pay for, like I said, but just do your research. Research the person. Look at the reviews of other people that bought the course. I bought a course myself. It was $2,000. I was like, man, this sucks. That's expensive. But my first deal, I closed $3,500 on. It repaid back that investment. As you can see, from $2,000 to $3,500, that's 15 in between, $1,500 that I was able to, cop on that deal. That definitely helped me move forward to believe, hey, this really works. Now that I have the course, I can always go back to it, but, I don't need it because I obviously can just wash and rinse, repeat. Next one is mentorship. I would definitely encourage you guys to follow a mentor that is where you want to be and they're actively doing what it is you want to do. Don't necessarily just go after the first person you see that shows their Lamborghinis in the garage without knowing they do the business, without shadowing them, without being able to push for them to say, hey, I want to learn everything I can from you. I look up to you, have a lot of respect. Can you mentor me? Just saying that in that fashion will still be a way to promote yourself to be able to be teachable. Hey, let me learn from you. I want to learn how to do rehab projects. I see you do 50 active rehab projects a year. I want to get to that point. Can you teach me how to do so? You know what I'm saying? So definitely don't get a mentor that's outside of your range of where you want to be. Make sure it's somebody that you can easily track and follow, that is doing active, for real estate purposes, active deals, active renovations, and they are in the business. Another one's hesitation. It's the killer of all things to simply sit back, or even with procrastination, to postpone your goals or things you want to do because you're tired, because you're sleepy, because you work too hard, because you have a family, because you're hungry, any of that stuff. You got to make sure you don't hesitate, and you got to make sure at the same time you don't procrastinate. Obviously, we're all human. We have stuff we have to do outside of, transitioning, especially from employment into entrepreneurship with certain methods like real estate. But at the same time, do your part, that if you're going to say, I'm going to devote an hour of time to make calls and cold call. I'm going to go out in town and drive for dollars. I'm going to make sure that I can send out offers today. When you're doing such things, do not procrastinate. If you're supposed to do 10 phone calls today, do those 10. If you're going to do them in a certain time, do it in that certain time. Don't just kind of wing it, and don't procrastinate as best you can. The support group. The support group are the people that you go to help share your ideas. I want to become one of the greatest wholesalers in the country. There are investors that ain't got nothing on me. I want to be such a big investor. Mom and dad, I want to be such a big investor that, I can accomplish anything I want to do. When it comes to telling different people about your goals, some of them will be very supportive. Some of them may give negative feedback. Do not let their opinions, whether it's good or bad, still affect what you want to do. And that's with anything in life. Majority of the time, for your loved ones that may give a negative response, would only give the opinion of why they wouldn't do it personally. So do not take it to heart. There's many people who have been told no. There's many people who have had people doubt them that still came back and made history because of their mindset and their self-motivation. So make sure that with your support group, if they are giving negative feedback, definitely just understand you use your why, and don't let it be other people's opinions that value or lead your success to where it needs to go. You do it. The next one is faith, trusting in the process. Make sure when you're doing such deals and you're following these mentors and you're getting the courses or the seminars and you're definitely doing your own research, you trust in the process. A lot of these people, like myself, that release this information will not be telling you stuff that they wouldn't do themselves, for a majority of us. Only because it is a process that if you wash, rinse, repeat, you can do it over and over and over, and it'll never fail. It's times where it's discouraging because you may see somebody who does, their first cold call and it leads to a $50,000 deal, versus somebody who has to do 150 cold calls and all they get is dead leads. It can be easy to see the two different to compare off of and say, man, I wish I could have had the successful, first cold call luck versus, how hard I'm having to work and, still not get a deal. Trust in the process and have faith, because that person that may be taking a little bit longer, even though this one closed on his first deal after the first phone call, or her first deal after the first phone call, and let's say they received, $10,000 or 20, you may be sitting on a six-figure, blessing just because of your trusting in the process or having faith. So definitely make sure, you're not comparing yourself to other investors, but at the same time, trust in the process that they give you on how they get their deals, and definitely do your part in researching it. The last one is consistency. You got to do your best to stay consistent to what you say you're going to do, and then following the process of what you should do daily. Constantly in my industry of investing is sending out offers, cold calling, driving for dollars. That is literally the main ways to get these leads and motivated sellers. And while you're doing so, you shouldn't let it be a habit to not follow that ordeal. It's so easy to just postpone it and say, look, I'm going to do it tomorrow, or I'm having a bad week. You got to push forward for what you want. And if I want to get out of the employment world and go into entrepreneurship, I have to stay consistent with not having to work for a boss and use my time I have in between to make sure I can set myself up to never have to work for a boss. So I hope these different subjects helped you for beginner mistakes to be cautious of and avoid as a brand new real estate investor. I'm really new in this YouTube game. I'm trying to get all the shivers out with the videos. I hope that you guys liked this video. I hope it was informative. If so, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. 50 subscribers, when I reach that point, I'm going to release a $25 gift card. Make sure you guys are doing your part to subscribe and share the video and tell them to subscribe too. So that way somebody can get this $25 and see that I'm about what I say, and we can all go to Chick-fil-A and get food, or we can go to Popeyes and get this chicken sandwich. All right, y'all. Hope you have a good day and a good weekend. I'll be back with some more videos next week. Until then, I'm Kenny Springs. Peace.